Hello, and welcome to the Second Row Conversations podcast. I'm Letitia, also known as Lady P, and I thank you for joining me on today. So today is J13. By the time this airs, it will probably be another day, but today is J13, so I want to give a special shout out to all of my sorors of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Happy Founders Day, January 13th, 1913. So happy Founders Day to all of my sorors. All right, so I wanted to do something today. My goal is to be intentional, and I want us to be more intentional this year as we progress through the year. And so one thing that I thought about when it was time for me to come up with a topic for today's podcast episode was the writing a vision, making sure we have a vision, and we know vision boards are very popular these days, right? So you see at the beginning of the year, a lot of people get together, especially women. We get together, have vision board parties, and get the vision board. It's really pretty. You get your magazines, or you get different pictures to put on a board to have for you, or have a vision, something that you can look at to help keep you on track for the year. And I don't know about you, but I know for me, I've made vision boards and they're really cute and nice, and then they're kind of tucked away somewhere, and then I don't look at it again. And then the vision board just kind of is out of my mind, and I'm just kind of going on for throughout the year, right? So today, I wanted us to come together. I wanted to talk to you about how do we create a vision board that we're actually going to follow. And there's some points that I want to talk to you about why we don't follow through, some ways that we can make sure that when we make one, it's effective and efficient enough so that we do want to look at the vision board, put it somewhere so we can see it, and it helps us reach our goals for the year. The last episode, we talked about not getting stuck in the process, and this kind of ties in together as we're working toward our promise that God has promised us or has shown us that he has for us. And within that, those are things that we want to do, and we want to see it. I know for me, it's good to see it, but we don't want it to make it nice and pretty on a vision board and never look at it again and never follow through. So I want us to talk today about how we create a vision board that we'll actually follow. Now, I had everything on my notes, my notepad, in my notes section on my iPad, and I can't find it. So that's technology for you, right? So I told Yoshi, we monitor and adjust. As educators, we learn, that's one of the first little phrase that we learn is you monitor and adjust. So something told me, print out your notes before you go, just in case. And I'm glad I did. So I am going to talk to you about, again, how to create a vision board that we'll actually follow. Get your notepad. As I always say, get your favorite notepad, grab you some tea, and write some notes. If you're listening to this while you're driving, if you have to pause it, do that. Don't take notes while you're driving. You're not supposed to be doing that. But listen intently and then come back when you are at a place where you can write down your notes, and then create a vision board. Maybe have a vision board party with your friends or your sisters from church or your family, so that when you do create it, it's one that you will follow, one that you will always refer back to see what the vision is. And then as you accomplish the things that are on your board, you can say, yeah, I did that, right? So by the time you get to December, you can see all of the things that you accomplished. You don't want it just to be on the vision board and then it's another year and you've not looked at it, you've not worked toward those goals, okay? All right. So it's going to be reflective. Today's episode is going to be fun, reflective, and practical, things that you can actually do. I also want it to be a time for you to really sit and think about what your vision is and things you can do to reach those goals. I'm all about us reaching our goals this year, guys. I am reaching goals. I've set goals. They're things that I have set out for myself to do a couple of years ago, and I've not followed through. But this is the year. I have people in my corner that are pushing me to make sure that I reach their goals. So this is the year. So today I'm going to be referring to my paper. I have it on paper. I don't have it in my nice iPad with the cute iPad cover, but it's okay. We're monitoring and adjusting. So first thing we need to do is reframe the vision. Let's reframe the vision. Um, Vision boards don't fail, but our follow through does. Okay, so the vision board doesn't fail, but it's our follow through that does. Why don't we follow through, do you think? Sometimes the vision may seem overwhelming. It's too big. I just can't see myself doing it. We know we want to do it, but then it just becomes overwhelming and then we shut down. Sometimes it changes, or the vision requires a change that we may not be emotionally prepared for, right? So there may be things that, I need to stop doing, or I want to accomplish this goal of owning my business. And maybe because of the many parts that come along with it, we're just like, I can't focus on that. It's just so big. I don't know if I can accomplish that goal. And so we shut down, or we think, at the beginning of the year, many of us have the goal of going back to the gym. We're going to start over. We're going to do good. We're going to eat right. We're going to eat fresh food, whole foods. We're going to do right. And then it's like, yeah, I'm stressed because it's the beginning of the year and all of these changes, and I'm just not emotionally ready to handle all of the change that comes along with it. So I just fall back. So those are some of the things why we don't follow through. So instead of asking, what do I want? You're going to ask yourself, what am I emotionally and spiritually willing to steward? What am I going to steward? What am I going to take care of? How am I going to do it emotionally and spiritually well? What am I emotionally and spiritually willing to steward? Because clarity without capacity leads to frustration. Clarity without capacity leads to frustration. So when we have the vision, we have to make sure that we understand that this is not something that we just are in charge of, or when we're working toward this goal, it's not something small. It's something that we're going to be in charge of, steward over. And so we have to make sure that we are emotionally, physically, spiritually well enough to be able to reach that. So as I'm making my vision go, as I'm thinking about the vision, or the things I want to put on my vision board, what am I willing and able to steward well? Okay. Habakkuk 2:2, it states, write the vision and make it plain. We've heard that before, right? Write the vision and make it plain. So a good vision requires stewardship. But writing it and making it plain doesn't stop there. We have to make it actionable, sustainable, livable. Okay, so it's things that we have to make sure that we can actually do it, put action behind it, okay, and be able to sustain it. Is this something that I can actually continue to do? So I know I always go back to working out. Working out, athletes or trainers always say, start slow. Don't jump in it too fast, because you jump in it too fast and start doing all these crazy things, you're going to get tired of it. It's going to be too big and you're just going to not follow through. So you need to make sure that it is something that you're able to sustain. It is a big responsibility. Vision is a big responsibility. So as you are thinking about the things that you want to accomplish this year, things that you have your vision or your you and God have talked about it, and He's told you this is what I want you to accomplish this year, you have to make sure that you are able to steward it well, and that you understand the responsibility that comes along with it. Okay. Sometimes God gives us the vision before we are fully ready, not to overwhelm us, but to invite growth. So if a vision feels intimidating, that doesn't mean it's wrong. It may require dependence, discipline, and trust. So it's not that it's all, when God gives you the vision, it's not that He wants to scare you away from it. It's just to show you where you need to put your dependence and discipline, how you need to discipline yourself, and where you need to put your trust. And it's about growth. We all need to be trying to grow and become better people. That should be the goal, right? And that should be part of the vision, is how can I move from here to next, from now to next. And so make sure that you understand it's not about God wanting to intimidate you to show you how small you are, but to show you that if you trust me and depend on me, I'm going to help you accomplish those things. And it's all about growth. Okay. All right. So, but do something a little fun. Vision board red flags. So, what are some red flags that may come up as you are trying to create this vision board, right? And this is not to judge, but to bring awareness of things to think about. The no action dream. So it looks amazing, but you can't name one step toward it. So it looks great. I have this great dream. I want to, I don't know, something that's really big. Buy a boat. I don't know. That's just something that came across my husband. Wants to buy a boat one day. So maybe you have a vision of wanting to buy a boat. You have this dream, but you have no idea on how to get to it. So you say, I got a vision of getting this boat, and you put it on your vision board, but you have no idea how to accomplish that, right? So the no action dream. Another red flag, someone else's vision. You added this vision to your vision board because it sounded impressive, but it's not for you. Doesn't align with what God has in store for you. So you may be at this table sitting with other people, and they go, oh yeah, I want to buy this. My vision or something I want to accomplish this year is buying this 5-bedroom, 4-bath house and whatever. And you go, oh yeah, I want to do that too. But is that what God has told you he wants for you? Are you doing it to impress other people? Or is this something that you really want to do? Or you have a vision of getting a new job in a field that you have no interest in, but it's to impress other people. No, someone else's vision. The hustle fantasy, big success, but there's no rest, no peace that comes along with it. So you want the hustle. And we live in a society where there are a lot of hustlers, right? We hustle to do this, we hustle to that. I have this business, that business, this business, and we hustling and all over the place, but you're not resting. It's not giving you any peace. So that's a red flag. If it's something that you put in and there's not any peace attached to it, you might want to think about that. The vague desire, more and better and happy. I want more money. I want more clothes. I want to be happy with my life, but you have no clarity about that. What does that mean? What does success look like for you? What does better mean for you? The deadline-free dream. There's excitement, but no priority. So I'm excited about this vision, but it's not anything that I'm working toward. I really don't have a deadline. I don't make it a priority. It's not important. So that kind of goes back to making the vision board and you just kind of sitting it aside. So all of those are different red flags that kind of come up when you are thinking about this vision board. But please know that doesn't mean that it's a failure. That's just good information. So things to think about as you are creating it or sitting down to put it together. Why do you think follow through is hard? We talked a little bit about that, not getting stuck in the process. But we may not follow through because we don't know how to set boundaries for ourselves or for other people. And so we put all this together and we make all these plans and we put this vision board together and we don't follow through because it may make us uncomfortable. We don't have any discipline. Things aren't priority. What we should make a priority, we don't. When we have free time, we're not working toward that vision or the things on the vision board. We are doing something else. Like me, I'm scrolling sometimes. And so we don't follow through because it requires us sometimes to be uncomfortable, and we don't like to be uncomfortable. So the goal this year is, again, not just making the board, not just writing it down, not just writing the vision and making it plain, but actually following through. If you've struggled with consistency, I need you to ask yourself, what does staying the same protect me from? Does it protect you from disappointment? Does it protect you from thinking that you're a failure? Does it protect you from maybe losing friends, or moving from one group, one person that you thought was your friend, and you had to move and kind of separate yourself? Does that keep you? What does staying the same protect me from? Okay. So sit with that, write that, think about it, pause. What does staying the same protect me from? I think for me, it's maybe like the fear of failure or the fear of disappointing myself and others. So maybe that's one thing that's why we don't follow through, or we aren't consistent with the follow through, but that only you can answer that question. Okay. All right. So future you, let's imagine a future you checking in just for a moment. Okay. The future you will say, thank you for starting before you felt ready. That's what your future. So this is the future you, the you that already have accomplished the things that's on your vision board that you follow through with. That's your future you telling you, thank you. Consistency mattered more than perfection. That's important. The boundaries you set changed everything. That's your future you telling yourself. And you can write that down somewhere. Like the future you is telling you, thank you. The boundaries you set changed everything. Those small steps you almost skipped, they mattered. They mattered. So the future you is telling you those things, why you need to follow through. Okay? Thank you for starting before you felt ready. Because when you reach those goals, you're going to look back and go, when you reach your things, accomplish the goals that you've set on your vision board, you're going to look back and go, wow, I did that. And that person is going to thank you for not giving up. They're going to thank you. Your future self is going to thank you for being consistent and doing what it took to reach those goals. Okay? Did any one of those feel personal to you? I know some of them felt personal to me. Okay? So that's important. Okay. Vision versus habits. Every vision is supported or sabotaged by habits. Every vision is supported or sabotaged by habits. Vision without behavior is just hope. I thought that was such, yeah. Vision without behavior is just hope. So let's talk about it, okay? If you have a vision of peace, you put a peace sign on your vision board, or you have a picture of a person maybe at the beach, or you have a picture of a beach and it looks peaceful. You need to create a habit of rest and boundaries, okay? If you have a vision of growth, that you want to grow and become better, maybe you want to get a promotion at your job. Maybe you want to go back to school and finish that degree that you started, or get another degree. Have a vision of growth. Then you need to create a habit of discipline and reflection. It's important, okay? Maybe you have a vision of healthy relationships. A healthy relationship may not just be with a partner. It could be with your family or friends. So you have a vision of healthy relationships. That's something that's important. Not just a relationship, but a healthy relationship, okay? So then you should create a habit of communication and honesty. Open, effective communication and honesty, okay? Maybe you have a vision of spiritual maturity, coming closer to God. So then you should build a habit of spending time with him. Yeah, have a habit of reading your Bible, praying, just having time early in the morning or at night before you go to bed. Have that time. So maybe that's something. You have to build habits. So your habits can either support your vision or sabotage it. If you don't do these things, then your vision will fall apart. So what's important to you? I tell people all the time, people will do what's important to them. So whatever your vision is for 2026, You need to look at your habits and determine, are these habits supporting or sabotaging my vision? Okay. Proverbs 16:3 says, commit your work to the Lord, not just your dreams, but your work. There's another scripture, and I don't have it in front of me, and I can look it up real quick. Faith without works is dead. Y'all heard that one before? Let me find it real quick. So you have to work. You can have the faith all day. I can have the faith the size of a mustard seed. But if I don't work toward what it is that I want, then what is it doing? It's not any good, right? Faith. Okay, I'm going to find it, y'all. I'll come back to it. But faith without works is dead. So you have to work. You have to work toward whatever it is that your goal is. Let's see, is this it? No, I'll find it. So, but you have to work toward your goal. So, what are your habits supporting? Or what are your habits doing, supporting or sabotaging your vision? Okay. Here's a fun little challenge. I'm going to challenge you a little bit, okay? If it's on your board, it's on your vision board, if you've already created it or you're going to create it before the end of the month, it needs to show up on your calendar. You need to know what the steps are to get it, reach those goals. It needs to show up on your calendar. It needs to influence your decisions. So the vision, the things that you have on your vision board, your goals that you have on your vision board, it needs to influence your decisions. The decisions you make should reflect whatever it is on your board, okay? It needs to shape your habits. That's what we just talked about. It needs to shape your habits. If getting healthy is what you say you're going to do, then you need to get in the habit of working out, going to the gym, eating healthy, okay? Yeah, I started that this week. I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. I got to get back in it. So I'm up early in the morning, 4:30, 5. I'm trying to get at it. Okay. So your habits, gotta shape your habits. Okay. Choose one image on your board and ask, what's one weekly action connected to this? One action, one thing that I've done this week, or one thing I can do this week. What needs to be reduced or removed? Who do I need to become to sustain this? How am I able to sustain it? What do I have to do to sustain this? What do my habits look like? What do I have to do? Who do I have to connect with? How can I sustain this? Okay. Small steps still count. Very wise man told me once, wise man by the name of John Davis. Shout out to John Davis. Big ain't nothing but a whole lot of little. That's what he told me. And I was like, you know what, Davis, you are absolutely right. So you have this big vision, but it's a lot of little parts to it. Okay? Small steps count. Small steps count. So every little thing you do, every little habit, every decision, everything that you do helps you reach your goal. Okay? Okay. Righty, let's see. Okay. So we're going to do a guided visualization. If you are driving, you cannot do this because you have to keep your eyes on the road. But when you get home, you can do this. If you're at home listening, you could participate. So picture, I want you to close your eyes and you take a breath. Now, picture yourself 1 year from now living out one piece of this vision. Notice how you feel. Not what you have, but who you are. Okay, so picture yourself 1 year now living out one piece of your vision, one piece of the vision that's been on your board. Now I want you to ask yourself, what did I do consistently to get here? Okay, what did you do consistently to get there? That answer, it matters. So I want you to think about it. You're thinking about a year out and you've reached that goal. What did you do to get there? Those steps matter. Very important. Very important. Okay. So just to kind of recap, I want you to understand vision boards are absolutely wonderful. They are really good because, again, you see it, you know what you're working toward. You can do it as a team. You can do it individually. You can do it at church. You can do it with family. You can do it with friends. I've seen people do it electronically now. There's so many things, Canva and so many other things that you can use, so many resources that are out there that can help you put it together. Putting it together is great. Putting it somewhere that you can look at it is awesome, but you have to follow through. The goal of the vision board is so that you can look at it and see these are things that I'm working toward and know that you need to follow through. And then you do your research on whatever it is and how do you do it. So you have to take the steps. God doesn't give vision to pressure you. He gives vision to partner with you. And that word we got Sunday was absolutely why I said that. God gives you the vision to partner with you. He knows it's going to be hard. He knows it's overwhelming. He knows what he gave you is something that you cannot do yourself. That's why he gave it to you, because he knows you can do it with him. He's going to do it with you. That goes back to the discipline and trusting him, and being remembering that we're going to be good stewards of whatever it is that he gave us. Whatever he gave us, he knows that we can do it. We're just giving it back to him by following through. Okay, so he doesn't give it to you to pressure you, but to partner with you. You don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to do it by yourself. You just have to be faithful to follow through. Small steps. Okay, you want to open the business? Okay, what kind of business is it? What do I need to do? Start your research. Find someone who's already in that type of business. Talk to them. See what it takes. If you got to find a space, find a space. If you have to talk to a bank about opening a business account, do that. Follow through. Know what it takes to get there. Partner with God. Don't feel like you have to do it by yourself. You don't need to do it by yourself. Because if you do it by yourself, it's going to fall apart, probably. So it's best to just partner with him from the beginning, okay? Obedience often looks like consistency, not intensity. So be consistent. Follow through. Show up. Show up and do what you're supposed to do. And if you don't know what you're supposed to do, okay, God, you gave me this vision. Help me. Show me what I'm supposed to do. Tell me where I'm supposed to go. Who am I supposed to connect with? I have said this for years. And this is not my own saying. A pastor came to our church and said this, and it has stuck with me forever. And I tell people, God is an extraordinary strategist. He puts people in the right place at the right time. He is the ultimate connector for networking, okay? So he knows what he's doing, and he does all things well. We just have to be obedient to what he says and follow through. It's the follow through, okay? So final affirmations, final things I want to leave with you on today. And you can write these down. I don't just visualize, I participate. So I don't just see it, I participate. I follow through. I have put action behind what I see, okay? My discipline honors my vision. That goes back to my habits my habits support or sabotage my vision. So my discipline honors my vision. Small steps still move me forward. Okay? As a person who's a little shorter than most people, if I'm walking next to someone who's taller than me, their strides may be longer than mine because I'm short and my little steps may be my stride may not be as wide as theirs, but I'm still getting to where we're going. So small steps still move me forward. It'll move you forward. So big ain't nothing but a whole lot of little. Remember that. Got this big vision, but it's the little steps. It's the small things that I do that's going to help me reach those. And I trust myself to follow through. I'm going to follow through this year. I'm going to be disciplined to follow through. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be consistent. I'm not going to start and stop. However, if that's what you have to do, it's okay. But don't make it a habit. The goal is to continue, to just keep going, okay? Don't just be like, yeah, I'm done. I'm over it, and it was too much, and I'm done. There is a very popular gym that a lot of people join at the beginning of the year, and they bank on the fact that people will join, pay this membership, and it's automatically taken out of your account, and that you don't come back. That they bank on that. They know beginning of the year people make resolutions and they're gonna lose this weight, and then you're gonna come in, it's gonna be a rush, and everybody comes in and you sign up and all that, and then you're not coming back. And then it's really, 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 really hard to cancel that membership. I'm not gonna say any names, but y'all kind of know what I'm talking about. They bank on that. They know that. So if that's your goal, the goal is to show them, I'm gonna show you, Big Jim, that I'm gonna follow through. This year is gonna be about following through, and making the small steps. So to sum it all up, this year, I don't want you to just look at your vision. I don't want you to just look at your vision board. I don't want you to just create it and look at it and have it all nice and pretty. I want you to walk toward it. Follow through, fulfill it. I want you to be able to look back at it in December and go, I did that. Check. Yep, check, I did that. Oh, yeah, check, I did that. Or check, I'm almost there and I'm doing what it takes to follow through, to finish it. We're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish strong. We're gonna be consistent, we're gonna be disciplined. Every now and then I'm gonna come back, we're gonna touch base again to see, hey, how you doing? Are you reaching those goals? Are you following through, making the small steps? What do you do? What are you doing to follow through? This year, we're going to follow through. And I'm speaking to you, but I'm also talking to myself. We're going to follow through. We're going to be consistent. We're going to be disciplined in what we have been allowed and what we've been shown and what God has given us. We're going to be good stewards of what he's given us, okay? I hope this has helped. Kind of different. But as I said at the beginning, Vision Board is all the hype, and I love it. I'm so excited about it. But I want us to be one that we follow through, not just one. We don't want to be the ones that just make it and create it and it's all cool and we have a good time and we eat, we fellowship and we make it and then we kind of throw it away. No, this year we're going to be intentional about following through and reaching our goals and fulfilling the vision that has been given to us. That's been given to us, okay? I thank you. Thank you as always for joining me. I appreciate you. I love you. We are just about midway through January. I cannot believe it. It is crazy. It is 2026. I just want to give a special shout out to my sorors and to all of you. Thank you. Make sure you are loving on yourself, loving on your family and your friends, guys. Things are happening so fast. And so it's important that we hold our family and our friends close, love on them. Tell them you love them as many times as you can, as often as you can, because like I've said this before, maybe not on the podcast, but I've told people before, because one day it's going to be your last time. It's going to be your last time. So it's important that you love on your family. I also want to just honor and acknowledge my dad. We lost him in January 2017. And so this is always a kind of tough time, challenging time, but I honor his memory. His name was Reverend Rufus Gaiman. He was my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. Will always be a daddy's girl. And so I honor him. And he was one that would always, follow through. Do what you're supposed to do. Be consistent. Be disciplined. The vision has been given to you, so it's important that we do what we're supposed to do. And so I honor his memory on this month on this podcast. So thank you again. Follow me wherever you get your podcasts. I'm on Apple. I'm on Spotify. Wherever you get your podcast, you'll find me. I'm also on YouTube, Second Row Conversations Podcast. Tell someone, share this with someone. Come back to it if you need to, back in February or March or June, September. If you need to come back and revisit, come back and make sure that you are following through. And so I thank you again for all of your support. It means the world to me. And as I say, as I remember, wherever you are, wherever God has placed you, what vision he's given you, accept it, embrace it, and flourish in it. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.